My name is Sandra Larkey, and I live in Guide Rock. I quilt with the quilting group in Nelson, and we have it's only a sewing circle now because there's only 4 of us in Superior. But anyway, this first quilt of mine was made by my paternal grandmother, Elma Shearer Morrow of rural Esben, Kansas. Grandma and her 3 daughters, Audrey, Hazel, and Clarice, were all expert needleworkers. In fact, Aunt Hazel regularly advertised in Capper's Weekly and the Work Basket magazines to do quilting for other people in her home. I remember that in the wintertime there was almost always a quilt frame set up in the living room of the farmhouse, and somebody was always working on it. The family story about this quilt is a little vague in spots. I have a handwritten documentation that says one thing. A verbal history states a different event. In any case, they both begin with chickens and muskmelon rinds. You have to know that this was back in 1928 when very few farms had indoor plumbing. Grandma threw out some muskmelon rinds for the chickens to peck at, forgot about them when she went to the outhouse, stepped on one of the rinds and fell. This is where the story gets vague. One version written says she broke her collarbone. Another verbal description says she dislocated her shoulder. They both agree, though, that she had one arm incapacitated. Since she couldn't do any of her usual tasks with only one arm, she sat down and embroidered and then quilted this quilt. It was passed down to me when the last 2 of the girls sold the family farm and moved into a house in Mankato, Kansas. The quilt consists of 12 hand-embroidered blocks, 15.5 inches square, with blue sashing 3 3/4 inches wide, and white corner posts of 3 3/4 inch squares. There are 6 different embroidery designs. The outer rows of the quilt match. It repeats both blocks A, B, C, D. And the middle row only has 2 block patterns, but they repeat 1, 2, 1, 2. And all of the blocks are embroidered in different colors, so the repeat isn't that obvious. The hand quilting was also done by Grandma, and I believe she made her own design for the quilting, since there are 2 little butterflies quilted into blocks 2 and 4, here and here. And the backing is white. The binding is blue, and the quilt bat is most likely cotton and most likely a mountain mist bat, since at the time this quilt was made, that was not only a popular brand but the best one available in my family's